Their training union is not even 18 months old yet, but Gay Waterhouse and Adrian Bott left Flemington as king and queen of the Melbourne Cup carnival after outpointing the country's superpower stables in the biggest week of Australian racing. As the only yard to chalk up a winner on each of the 4 days across the Flemington extravaganza, Tulloch Lodge had 5 winners in total. The resurgence of one of the most recognised stables in the Southern Hemisphere reached its zenith on the weekend. Highlighted by Pinot's brilliant Victoria Oaks success, Waterhouse and Bott won training honours for the week from Darren Wee, 4, and the partnership of Matthew Ellerton and Simon Zera, 3. Tony McAvoy, James Cummings and Mike Moroney were the only other trainers to prepare multiple winners across the 37 races. We did put a figure on what we wanted to achieve, but we were confident in the horses we were taking to the carnival that we would be well represented over the 4 days, Bott said. We would have been disappointed if we did come away with some results, and you can be disappointed taking some nice horses there and still come up short. We were delighted to be able to come away with some nice results. Luckily we were able to pull off one of the major classics, Waterhouse's first Victoria Oaks, as well, which was the biggest thrill and the highlight of the carnival. The horses were quite lightly raced going down there, and they all had good progression heading towards their main targets. Importantly, we were able to get them peaking on the big grand final days. We salvaged a Group 1 from his Flemington Carnival when To Stardom burst clear to win the Emirates Stakes on the final day, as the 8 majors were spread around 8 individual training operations and jockeys in one of the most evenly contested Cup carnivals for years. Yet Waterhouse and Bott were undoubtedly its biggest stars, helping Stephen Baster chalk up a carnival equaling best 4 wins in the saddle alongside Damian Lane. Waterhouse will now turn her attention to a 5th Magic Millions Classic win on the Gold Coast in the new year. Wednesday like to approach that the same way, Bott said. The preparations for those races are already well underway. There's a couple in the pipeline we'd like to see at the trials in the next couple of weeks so we can get them racing and qualified for the Magic Millions. Victorian jockeys stole a march on their Sydney rivals, with Lane and Baster sharing top riding honours, edging out an unlikely leading light for the carnival in Patrick Molloy, 3 wins. He sat alongside Kerr McAvoy on that figure after his final day double, including Redsel's all-the-way win in the Darley Classic, which was slightly soured with the careless riding suspension incurred in the last race of the carnival. But the race they all wanted to win was left to Rekindling's rider Corey Brown, who combined with Joseph O'Brien to lead in a Lloyd Williams Quinella in the Melbourne Cup. Yet Brown's celebrations on home soil will be short-lived. I am heading to South Africa for a jockey's challenge this weekend and will stop in at Mauritius for a few nights on the way, Brown said.